We've got a mindful movement session and it's going to be nice, relaxing, easy, and a way just to help mobilize ourselves and help us move a little bit easier in a nice, relaxing way. To do that, first of all, let's make sure we've got plenty of space around us for when we do the movement part of it. But let's get in a nice, relaxed, seated position and start doing some nice deep breathing, going in through the nose and out through the mouth. And whenever you're ready to, just keep the breathing going, and sometime over the next couple of breaths, close down your eyes and continue the breathing there. Nice deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, in your own time. Just nice deep breathing. Try and make that out breath just a little bit longer than the in breath. And as you do so, bring that focus inwards, focusing on the breathing in and the breathing out. Notice how it affects you as you do so. Your chest rises as you breathe in, and you relax the shoulders down as you breathe out. Notice the oxygen go around your body. It usually feels like a little bit of lightness, a little bit of tingliness. That's the oxygen being fed into our muscles. Good. Keep the breathing going there whilst we're in this relaxed state. Let's thank ourselves for being here today. As we always say, one of the hardest things about the session is to be turning up. You've got that out of the way, so well done for that. But now you are here, let's remain focused for the next hour. We don't have to worry about what's come before us today, what's happening around us as we're doing the session. And also we don't need to worry about what happens after the session. We're just going to focus on the here and now over the next hour together. If you do find your mind wandering at any point, that's not a problem. Don't be mad at yourself. Just bring it back to the focus, bring it back in line. It's perfectly natural for the mind to wander. We just got to learn to bring it back into focus of what we need. And that's more useful of a skill than I let on these sessions. Being able to refocus, bring your mind back, especially when we're in a world full of distractions, from our phones to the TV, to the news and the radio, whatever it may be, lots of distractions around. So just being able to bring yourself back in and having these moments of calm can be really, really helpful. Let's start to sit up nice and straight if you're not already done so. Keep the breathing going, and you can start to open up your eyes now. And as you breathe in, we're going to shrug the shoulders up, give them a nice squeeze, and then relax them down as you breathe out. And just repeat that in your own time. Breathe in, squeeze the shoulders up. Breathe out, relax them down. In through the nose, shrugging up. Out through the mouth, relaxing down. Same idea, but instead of going up and down, we're going to push the shoulders forwards as we breathe out. And as you breathe in, we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then we're just going to go back and forth, breathing out, pushing forwards. Breathing in, squeezing them back. I'll come to the side as well so you can see it from there. So I'm breathing out, pushing the shoulders forwards in the shoulder joint there. And squeezing it back. Good. Let's do some gentle shoulder rotations here. It doesn't matter which direction you'll go because we're swapping a minute. So just go nice, easy, gentle round with the shoulders. And change direction, going the opposite way. Good work. Okay, bringing it into the middle here. We're going to have our hands around about shoulder height. And then we're going to push one hand forwards and bring it back in. As we push the hand forwards, breathe out. As you bring it in, pull it back in. Link the arms with your breath. Breathe out. Breathe in. Still out through the mouth. In through the nose. Just linking it with the arms. So again, come to the side so you can see it from there. Good work, everybody. Keep that going there. And now let's extend it a little bit further by reaching forwards as best we can and then bringing it back in. You may need to, like I am, putting one arm on the lap to do so. Or you may just be able to reach forwards. Oh, there you go. How much do you want? Reaching forwards with it and bringing it back in. Still linking the breath in there. So breathing out. Breathing in. I like to almost bring my head down in line as I'm doing it as well. It just helps me get a little bit further. Feel free to do whatever you can with this to reach forwards the best you can, linking that breathing in with the reaching. And let's extend it a little bit further. So now we've reached forwards the best we can. As you come up, we're going to come up and over the top and down. Repeating on to the other side. Going forwards then up and over. If you can't come all the way up and over, that's not a problem. Just go forwards as best you can and then up and around to the side even, that's fine. Just wherever you can get to on this. Good work, everybody. Nice big range of motion on this. And bringing it into the middle. Before we go into doing the same on our side, let's bring the palms together, reaching up, out, and around. Again, palms together, reaching up, out, and around. If you can't come all the way up and around, just get to where you can. If that's a shorter range of motion, or even just a small range, that's fine. Just doing what you can to get the best range of motion possible. Good work. Okay, bringing it back into the middle. Let's go one arm to one side, bringing it back in, out to the other side, and back in. Breathe out as you push out. Breathe in as you pull in. Good work. Let's start to extend that a little bit more. So as you reach to the side, you can hold on, bring the ear down to the arm, and then bringing it back in. Try and extend it out a lot more on this one, the best you can, but also not tipping out to the side as well. That's why we want to hold on. Good work. Nice, elongated movements. Linking the breathing in. Good work. Nice. Let's go a little bit further with that. So as we reach out to the side, instead of coming straight back, we're going to come up and over the top and then down to the opposite side. Reaching out, up and over, and then down to the opposite side. Good. If you can't reach up and over, just come up in front a bit more, or even just coming around the front to the side. However high you can lift your arm, up and over. That's just going to add a little bit extra stretch into what you can do there. Good. Okay, we're going to do the opposite of when we brought the arms up and over. So we're going to come out, around, and then down through the middle. If you can't bring the arms right the way up and over, you can just bring it up as high as you can. So if that's in front of your face or even lower than that, not a problem. Just doing the best that you can here. Good. Let's just go into shoulder rotations. And change direction. And we're going to keep that shoulder rotation going, but we're going to bring our hands onto the shoulder as we do it and start to bring those elbows round. Now, the hands don't need to be locked onto the shoulder. They can glide around. Mine are going sort of around the collarbone area as they come down and up and around, but just getting some nice big circles with those elbows. If you're struggling to do both at the same time, you can do one side for a couple, and then you can swap over. Or if you prefer, you can do alternating, or you can stick with both at the same time. Whatever works for you, or mix and match. I don't mind. Okay, let's change direction. And again, you can change it up if you struggle to do both arms around together. You can do one for a couple and then swap over, alternating, however you want to approach this, or however you need to approach this as well. Yeah, and then just back to some shoulder rotations, nice and gentle. Change direction. Good work. Let's have a little hydration break before we go into our neck and rest of our spine mobility. Okay, let's refocus here as well. So whenever you're ready to, just do some nice deep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring that focus inwards. Just focus on the breathing, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then let's go into some of our neck mobility here. So just nice and easy, looking up and down to start with. The flexion and the extension. Just gliding between the two movements. Nice and controlled. Looking all the way up, or at least the best you can. And curling that head down. As you do bring the head down, try and bring the chin into the chest as well each time. That's just going to help to curl the neck over rather than just bending in one spot. And the next time you find yourself looking down, let's just hold that position there. Keep the chin tucked in and let the head drop down. Almost let the forehead lead the way with this rather than the whole head just going towards the ground. Keep the chin tucked in, the forehead comes down, almost like you're rotating your neck down. If you do struggle to breathe in this position, just feel free to relax out and then just come back in when you're ready to. And then ease out of it. Looking up and down again. And then the next time we find ourselves looking up, let's hold that position there. If you're feeling like that's enough of a stretch, that's fine. If you want to increase it further, first of all, keeping the chin up and the mouth closed. That's going to help there. And then if you want to take it a little bit further, we can put our hand onto the sternum area and just gently pull down as the mouth's closed, as we're looking up, gently pulling it down. You should feel a stretch through the front of the neck there. And if you're not, just readjust and then go again. And then ease out of it. A couple of looking up and downs just to relax out of it. And then let's go into our rotation where we're looking side to side now. Just nice, easy, controlled movements. Looking one side, then the other, back and forth. Good work. Okay, next time you find yourself looking to the left, let's hold that position there. This may be enough of a stretch for you, but if you want to take it a little bit further, we're looking to the left. So we take our left arm, place it onto the right collarbone area, and gently pull downwards towards the right armpit. So that's looking to the left, left arm on the right collarbone area, and gently pulling it diagonally downwards towards the right. When you get it right, you'll feel like a tightness between sort of your jawline and your collarbone. Feeling a bit of a stretch in there. If you're not feeling it, you can adjust the hand position or even adjust the head position slightly. If you look up as well as you're doing it, you'll probably feel even more increase of a stretch. And ease out of it. Good. Looking left and right again. And the next time you find yourself looking to the right, let's hold that position there. If you want to take it a little bit further, let's take the right arm now onto the left collarbone and gently pull diagonally down towards the left. And you may find, and it's perfectly natural, that one side feels like it needs more of a stretch or feels tighter or whatever it is. That's perfectly normal. We tend to use one side more than the other, and this is just a reflection of that. And again, you can move your hand position, move your head position slightly, just to get the maximum out of this stretch. And ease out a bit. Do a couple of looking lefts and rights as we ease out a bit here. And then let's go into our lateral flexion. That's where we bring one ear to one shoulder, to the other shoulder, back and forth between the two. First of all here, mobilizing before we move into our stretches in a bit. Just mobilize left and right. Left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder, back and forth, nice and controlled. And the next time you find your left ear on your left shoulder, let's hold that position there. Now this may be enough of a stretch for you, which is fine. If not, we can take our right arm, seeing as our left ear is coming towards the left shoulder, we take our right arm and drop it down towards the floor the best we can. You may find that's a good stretch. If you want to take it a little bit further or do it a little bit differently, we can put the arm behind us instead. And I'm going to turn around so you can see it from the other side as well. It's a little bit easier to show. So we can go, so left ear is to the left shoulder. Then the right arm comes down. That's step number one. Or if you want to take it slightly differently, you can bring the arm behind you like so. Still with that left ear coming to the left shoulder and feel that stretch. Just work with whatever feels right for you, whether it's straight down or behind. Let's ease out of it. Do a couple of lefts and rights. And then the next time you find your right ear to your right shoulder, let's hold it there. You'll start to probably already feel the stretch down the left side. If you want to take it a little bit further, you drop that left arm down. Or alternatively, you can bring it behind you. to ease out of it. A couple of lefts and rights. Good work. Let's go through the rest of our spine now as well. So we start with the flexion extension. We extend through and then curl down, flexing down there. And just go back and forth between the two. Now to start with, it may just be a little range of motion. But as you get into it, maybe you can go a little bit further. Just stay within a safe range of motion here though. So don't push it further than you feel like is right here. Yeah, now we're going to go into the rotation. So rotate round to one side, round to the other side, and back and forth between the two. Nice gentle movements. On this one, it can be quite easy to go a little bit too far because we have got that option of using our arms as a bit of leverage. So take it easy to begin with. And only go as far as you feel comfortable with going. And remember on this, the movement itself is more important than how far you can move it. So just doing something is going to be massively beneficial, and how far you can rotate round is a lot smaller. So don't worry about getting really far round. We just want to make sure we are getting round and rotating the best that we can. Good work. Okay, let's go into our lateral flexion now. That's where we bend down to one side, then down to the other. And on this one, the key is to, please come around to the side, you can see it a bit easier, is to come in a straight line as we come down to the side. Almost imagine we got pane of glass in front of us and behind us, and we're slipping in between the two. That means we don't want to come down and forwards like so. We want to come down in a line. Nice work. Then we come into a whirlpool. So we're going to come around. Let's change direction. Good. Okay. Let's have another hydration break here. And then we're going to go into some yoga-like movements. Okay, so we're going to start with where we would usually finish our yoga like movements today. So we're going to start with one arm on, so this arm here. So I've got my right arm on, so my forearm is on my lap. And then what I'm going to do is rotate round and point up the best I can. And then I come down and I thread the needle through the gap underneath my arm. I'm going to swap over to the other side in a second, but if you got that already, that's absolutely fine. Just continue with that, going in and then out through the needle. I'm gonna, it'll be a little bit blurry as I come closer, but you'll be able to see it. So with this, my arm is on my lap and I've created a little hole here. And with this, I rotate round, up, point up to the sky, and I come down, thread the needle through, here, and then back and forth between pointing up and then coming down and through that gap. Good. If you've got that, continue on. I'm going to also do it facing forwards. Bring it up to the side and then down through that gap. Good work. Okay, let's go on to the other side now. So placing the left arm on the lap, rotate up with the right arm, and then down and through. And if you're already doing this arm, then swap over to the other side. Good work. Let's ease out of that now. Cool. We're going to build into that one now. So we start with our usual position where we start down at the floor, and then we come up with a flat back. Then we come back down, curl up on the second time, and then back up to seated position. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see it from there as well. So coming down, up with the flat back first of all. I like to use my arms to support. Then back down. Second time, curling up to a sat up position. Good. Back down again. Flat back on the way up. Back down, curling up. The second time, all the way down again. Coming up the flat back. Back down, curling up. Sitting up straight. And back down to the start. Up with the flat back. Back down, curling up. Let's move straight into the next bit. So as you start to sit up straight, palms together, reaching up, out, and then all the way back down to the bottom, up with the flat back, back down, curling up, palms together, reaching up, out, around, and all the way down again. Up with the flat back down, curling up, palms together, reaching up, out, around, and down again. Good. We're going to add our next progression in again, but we'll flow straight into it. So up with the flat back down, curling up, palms together, reaching up, out. When you get to arms parallel, we're going to rotate around to the left, and then we'll rotate around to the right, back to the middle, and then all the way back down to the bottom again. Coming up with the flat back down, curling up, palms together, reaching up, out to parallel, rotate to the left, rotate to the right, and then coming back down again. I'm going to just turn to the front, up with a flat back down, curling up, arms together, reaching up, out to parallel, rotate to the left, rotate to the right, and come back down. Okay, one more like this. Up with a flat back down, curling up, palms together, reaching up, out, and around to the side, to the left, to the right, and back down. So this time we're going to add on a little bit extra. So come down, then up with a flat back down again, curling up on the second time. Palms together, reaching up, out. Now when we get to here, we're going to rotate to the left. The left arm drops down and the right arm comes up like a seesaw. And then it comes back again to here. We're going to rotate around to the other side. Now the right arm comes down, the left arm comes up. And back again. Don't worry if you got confused on that one. We're going to go through it again together. So all the way down to the beginning. Up with the flat back down, curling up on this time. Palms together, reaching up, out till they're parallel. Now rotate to the left. Now we're in this position. The left arm comes down, the right arm comes up, seesaws back again, and then rotates round to the right side. Right arm comes down, left arm comes up, and then seesaws back again, round to the middle and down to the beginning again. Good. Let's do that again. Up with the flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out. Rotate to the left. Left arm down, right arm up. Seesaw back again. And rotate around to the right. Right arm down, left arm up. Down to the middle. Good. And we're going to add that little thread the needle bit on now. So I'll show you as we get into it. Up with the flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out. Let's rotate to the left. The left arm comes down, right arm comes up. Then it comes down. Now the right arm goes onto our lap here. The left arm points up towards the sky. And then the left arm comes down, threads that needle through the gap there, and points over to the other side. We'll ease out of that. Back so we're in this position. And then we're going to rotate round to the right side. Right arm comes down, left arm comes up. So do the seesaw first. Then the left arm comes down to the lap, right arm comes up towards the sky, and then comes down, thread the needle through the gap there, and then ease out of it. And we're going to go back to the starting position again. I'll guide you all the way through here again. We're doing it slightly differently than what we've done in the past. So up with the flat back down, curling up, palms together, reaching up, out to parallel, rotate to the left arm down, right arm up, and then seesaw back, so the right arm comes down onto the lap as the left arm points up towards the sky, and then we're bringing it down, thread that needle through the gap we've created, and then open back up again. As we do so, we're going to come back into this position where the left arm's sort of behind us and the right arm's forwards. Rotate all the way around to the other side. Right arm comes down, left arm comes up. Seesaws back down again, left arm on the lap, right arm pointing to the sky, and then coming down, threading that needle through that gap there, and then easing out. Let's do one more time here, going all the way down. Up with the flat back down again, curling up on the second time. Palms together, reaching up, out to parallel, rotate to the left. Left arm comes down, right arm comes up. Comes back to the center line, down, so the right arm comes onto the lap, the left arm points up towards the sky, and then comes down, threads the needle through, pointing to the other side. Opens back up again, so the left arm's pointing behind us, the right arm's pointing forwards. Rotate all the way around, so the right arm's now behind us, left arm's forwards, right arm comes down, left arm comes up, and then seesaws back again, so the left arm is on the lap now, right arm's pointing to the sky, and then bring it down, thread the needle through the gap there, bringing it out, and easing off there. Good work, everybody. Okay, let's just bring some focus back in now, some nice deep breathing. If you need a drink, that's fine, go ahead and grab one. But when you're ready to, just do some nice deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and relax it down there. Sometimes, even though it's meant to be a relaxing movement there, there's a lot of control, and that can mean a little bit of effort being put in there. So that's, if you're feeling like some of these movements are hard to hold, that's perfectly normal. That's absolutely fine. Let's just do the breathing now, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And when you're ready to, you can close your eyes down. Good. We're going to go into some meditation now. So if you haven't already, make sure your eyes are closed and you're breathing nicely. And we're going to go through our body scan. So what this is here is essentially we're going to go from the top of our head all the way to the tip of our toes. And we're going to check in along the way. And I'm going to guide you here, tell you what to focus on, what you should, various different things along the way. And all you need to do really is to check in with each individual body part as we scan over it. The idea behind this is that often we sort of neglect to listen to our body properly. So this is an opportunity to give it a good, solid 5 to 10 minutes of just listening to our body in individual parts. That's just going to help us to identify any issues It's going to help us to have a understanding of how our body feels on a normal day-to-day basis, and just give us a good overall understanding of how our body works. So keep the breathing going as much as you like to here. Doesn't matter if it's deep breathing or shallow breathing, just as long as it's nice and controlled and consistent. And that's so we can put the focus into where we are. So we're going to bring our focus, first of all, right the way to the top of our head. We're not going to try and fix anything now. We're not going to try and change anything. We're just observing. So let's go down from the top of our head into the forehead area. And sometimes you might find it's easier to move the forehead so you can wiggle it around and see how it feels. You're not trying to pass judgment. You're not trying to fix it. You're just trying to observe and see how it feels. And maybe question why it feels a certain way. So for myself, in the eyes, the forehead area, they're a little bit tired. My sleep hasn't been as good the last couple of days. So just noticing that, understanding why it feels that way, but then also understanding how I can bring it back in line with some good sleep quality. Let's come down now through our cheeks and our jaw. And again, for me here, I'm just giving examples of what I feel, but you'll will almost definitely be different. But just feeling it in the jaw here, I've been talking a lot over the last hour, so it just feels like it's had a little bit of a workout, but that's absolutely fine. Let's move down into the neck area now. Now with the neck, we've obviously moved it a lot, but in a nice relaxing manner. So it may feel a little bit fatigued, but also at the same time, fairly loose, which is a reasonable feeling to have from this. Let's move down now into the shoulders. And again, we can move our shoulders and see how they feel. Again, we've done a lot of movement here. It's been nice and relaxing. So they're probably maybe feeling a little bit tired, especially from the holding positions we've been doing, but also quite loose and quite good at the same time. Let's move down our arms now into our elbows area. And again, feeling how they are. And this is quite interesting for any of those, especially if you're a manual wheelchair user, to feeling it in the elbows and the wrists and seeing how they feel on a regular basis. In doing this, I've managed to capture injuries before they happen, strain and all that, and things that tend to lead to injury. So just noticing how it is, just make sure I'm resting. So my left wrist is one that I've been paying attention to a lot recently. And doing this sort of drill really helps give me an understanding of what its current limits are and how it feels when it feels good and when it feels less good. So I can judge my actions accordingly. Let's bring that focus back up into the body, into our back, and we can go down through our spine. And again, we've been doing a lot of movement in this area, so it's probably feeling quite loose, but also maybe a little bit tired at the same time. Or if you're like me, you might not necessarily feel how it feels because of a lack of sensation, but you can get an idea just by wiggling it around just to see how it feels. That can maybe tell you if it's like, oh, it's not moving quite as easily, or if it's moving nice and easily, whatever it may be. The more you do these sort of things, the more understanding you have of how it normally feels. Down into the hip areas, and if you're like me and you can't feel, that's okay. You're just going to put some focus and attention and see if anything comes back. Go down now through our legs into our knees. And again, can't move, can't feel, but we're just going to send all the effort, energy down there to see if we get any sort of response back. We can move it with our arms as well, if that helps. But go down through the lower legs into our ankles, our feet, and our toes. And again, if you can move these, feel free to do so. If you can't, just put the energy and the focus down there and see if you get anything back from it. Good. We're going to keep the attention down there at our toes, but what I want you to imagine, we're going to do this together as well, is we're going to take 3 deep breaths, and each time you take a breath in, I want you to imagine you're filling your body with a bright white light from the tip of your toes all the way to the top of your head, almost like you're filling yourself up like a drinks bottle, filling the water up on the side. But imagine it's a bright white light going from the tip of your toes to the top of your head. We're going to do 3 breaths to do that. So when you're ready to, breathing in through the nose, and off we go. And then breathe out. 2 more times. One more here. And turn your breathing to normal. Keep the eyes closed here as we start to close today's session. And first of all, thank yourself for being here. Remember the first thing we said to this day's session, the hardest thing is often being here. The next thing is to remain focused all the way through the session. So if you manage to do that or even close to it, then that's a great session. So give yourself a pat on the back or a round of applause, however you want to congratulate yourself for that. I'm going to thank you as well for joining me today's session. It's a pleasure as always. Let's bring that into the middle now. Maybe give yourself a wiggle as you start to open up your eyes. Bring yourself back to the room as we bring today's session to a close. Excellent work, everybody. There's some really great movement, breathing, all that good stuff there. So really good job.